Hi everyone, Mike Vaccaro along with George King from the New York Post and nypost.com. We're coming to you here outside Yankee Stadium a few minutes after the 3-1 Yankees win that tied the World Series at a game apiece, the 105th World Series. And George, I guess it begins then with A.J. Burnett. What did you think about his performance today?
It begins with him and ends with Rivera, but they needed this in the worst way. They're not hitting, and they couldn't afford to, go out there and have a guy give up 5-6 runs because they weren't going to score that many runs. This was about as big as game as he has pitched all year, and by the time he's done, it might be the biggest game he's pitched ever.
I was a little bit surprised by how well Pedro Martinez pitched. It really was a pitcher's duel for most of the game. Did that surprise you? You've seen so many Pedro games here. Did it surprise you he was able to bring it one more time in a Phillies uniform?
I thought that he had no chance. I thought it'd be 3 innings, 6 hits, 6 runs. I thought they'd be more patient with him. I thought they would hit him hard. They really didn't hit him that hard. 2 home runs. Teixeira's was hard, but Matsui's wasn't that hard. He was Pedro. He competed. He doesn't pitch like he used to, but I was surprised.
Matsui's ball really was probably the first Yankee Stadium home run of the year, one that might not have been a home run in a lot of other ballparks. I guess the other storyline is Mark Teixeira, who has had an up and down postseason to be kind. This was a really important home run here today because it looked like the Yankees were going to be suffocated again offensively. They really kind of got him on track and seemed to loosen the bench up a little bit also.
That's a good word, loosen. I thought he was tight. I thought the whole team was tight. And when he hit the home run, it didn't put him in the lead, but it gave him confidence that maybe, we can get to this guy a little bit more than we have. They continue to look tight after that, but I thought that was maybe the one that loosened them up. When you get to these games, and they are veteran players, you saw something tonight out of Derek Jeter that I've never seen in 13 years. He bunted with 2 strikes. And he admitted it was a mistake, and I think that was a mistake of, trying to do it too much. Derek Jeter to make that mistake was a telltale sign that they are tight. So, 3, 4, 5 runs in the first couple innings in Game 3 will loosen them up.
And the idea that the old baseball saying about momentum being defined by the next day starting pitcher also, I think comfort is that way too. I think Andy Pettitte's going to put the Yankees in a very comfortable place because they've seen him so many times deliver the goods at times when they really needed him to.
Pettitte against Hamels, and you really got to wonder why they went with Martinez tonight over Hamels. He's the reigning World Series MVP. The question is, did they not want to pitch him on the road? But after what left-handed Lee did to the Yankees the other night in Game 1, you really have to wonder if there's something that they don't really like about Hamels, and you got to wonder how that'll affect them tomorrow. Pettitte, he'll pitch, he'll compete, and I think you have to give the advantage to the Yankees, not only tomorrow, not only in Game 3, but in Game 4 with Sabathia too.
And Pettitte, I think everybody saw one more time, as we've been seeing almost every postseason that he's been a Yankee since 1995. He's a guy when the most money is on the table, he seems to pitch his best, and he did that in Game 6 against the Angels. And I would be surprised if he didn't do that again in Game 3 on Saturday night against the Phillies.
He doesn't look good. He's striking out. He's taking pitches. He's swinging at balls out of the strike zone. And, it looks a little bit now, 2 games in, that, a couple of swings tonight were defensive, which we haven't seen that defensive swing in a long, long time. He's just not attacking the ball when it's in the strike zone. But I do not see the inhaling and outhailing, that blowing up his cheeks, stepping out of the box that became an October trademark for him. He's not swinging well, but I don't see the guy that was completely lost.
And I'll tell you what, Citizens Bank Park is paradise for right-handed hitters. So he gets a couple of pitches he can hit, the ball might never come down. The atmosphere in Philadelphia is going to be amazing. I think we talked about this all postseason, that the atmosphere at Yankee Stadium, old Yankee Stadium across the street, used to be the best, second to none, probably in all of sports. And the way this building is constructed, it doesn't seem to hold the noise very well. But George, what I can remember from last year's World Series is that Citizens Bank Park is a den of noise, and I can only imagine it's going to be like that when the Yankees are in town.
It's a passionate town, and not shy about showing their feelings one way or the other. And I'm sure that it will be, it'll be louder than here. This place is not as loud as it used to be. You said that, but they're passionate, and they'll let the Yankees know they're in town. We'll
be heading to the other end of the turnpike in a couple of minutes, and we'll be back on Saturday for Game 3 of the World Series. Until then, for George King, I'm Mike Vaccaro from the New York Post and nypost.com.